Namaste. How are you guys? All right. Today we're going to talk about proper pendulum usage. Okay. So this is one of my starter pendulums. I used to use my Rudraksha seed, but Shiva doesn't like that. He doesn't like the fact that you use a Rudraksha seed to use a pendulum with. He doesn't mind it, but he just doesn't want it for anybody, except for like if you're testing over objects like fruit or vegetables or stuff that's good for you in the stores. So we're going to explain how to use this today, the proper way, and how to communicate with your higher divine consciousness, and how not to communicate to demons. All right, so I got a couple. These are kind of my base tools. I use these frequently. Shiva likes this more on the right versus where this one is a big no-no, but he likes this one better, but he doesn't like that one. Um, Now, there's ways to use these, all right? And this is what happens a lot. So I think we're just going to use this one. We'll kind of bring this on to the side later. Um, I figured out a way to use these properly. And a lot of times I hear from people, especially here in the future, about pendulum usage. And I've had a conversation with a woman at a New Age store, and she was explaining to me about why her pendulum, or customers might complain about their pendulums lying to them. Okay, guys, this is truth. All right, this is truth. I encountered this problem when I first started using my pendulums. I first started off with the Rudraksha seed. Then I started finding stuff that was weight and balance. So we're going to show you how to be able to communicate correctly. All right. See, this is the problem you guys always have. Okay. Here's how you do it. So I'm going to use this pendulum for an example, so you guys can have a clear understanding. Now, your problem, because you're in the fifth hell, guys, the problem that you guys always have, surrounded by dark matter. It's samsara. It's nothing but a collage of demons in a veil of black muddiness. Okay, you take that away, you're going to see demons. Period. Um, and there's a problem. Okay, because I encountered this until me and Shiva figured out how to talk to each other without a conversation of a demon intervening. All right. So everybody here thinks that they're talking to a dead person or a ghost. Shiva, is this true? It's a big no. Once somebody has deceased in this place, it's only about an hour, sometimes maybe 3 days, but usually about an hour till you're reborn again. All right? So you don't necessarily contact the dead, but you can. It's easy. Anybody can do it. But you got to understand one thing. Until you become an ascended master to be able to access the Akashic records, this is a big no-no. Big no-no. So you don't want to do this. What you want to do is communicate with your higher divine consciousness. All right? Now, a lot of people that use pendulums will say, I'm talking to my dead aunt. That's a fucking lie. It's not. No, it's a lie. The dead don't stick around. All right? How the rules here work in this place that we're stuck inside of, the dead don't stick around. It's just too many mixed signals. They become specters. All right? And that's another video. We'll talk about the difference between ghosts and specters, and how specters still linger around, but you're not communicating to the specter. Now, demons and gods, like us, angels, have the ability to scan thoughts, which is to be able to read your minds and the field that you're inside of. All right? So when you are being observed by a non-local consciousness, is playing on your mind, so they can have access to your memories, whether it be who you are as your higher divine consciousness or demon born. They always have access to your memories. This is how your memories improve during meditation when you COF mix. You start going backwards in time and your memory starts improving, but it's just your higher divine consciousness accessing your memories to put them into place to where you consciously have rationality and like, oh yeah, I just remembered this. But demons love to play on your thoughts. They're in and out of your brain web. So they're always scamming your thoughts. Not running a scam. This is what I have to clarify because Shiva had. I thought it was like running a scam on me. No, it's what they call when they read minds or search for memories. So what demons do, and this happens all the time, for anybody that uses pendulums, you got to know what you're doing, and we teach it. We teach it very well. You got to know what you're doing. You don't know what the hell you're talking to. You could be talking to a demon, a specter. You could be talking to divine hierarchy, angels. But most of the time, 75 to 65% of the time, you're talking to demons, guys. And they play on your thoughts. So they're like, oh, I'm trying to contact my dead Aunt Lucy. Demons want to communicate with you guys. It doesn't matter. They want to. You know, they already lived through us. They lived through you guys. For those that hasn't been ascended or became enlightened, they lived through you guys. So they have to play on your memories. So if you think about, oh, my Aunt Lucy, I know what she looks like, a demon's going to respond with your pendulum. And he's going to be like, yes, I'm your Aunt Lucy. So you ask your aunt, supposed to be Lucy, but it's a demon, and you're like, hey, Aunt Lucy, remember when I used to go down to the bank and da-da-da-da-da? And they like, yeah, we know. I know. Because I'm in your mind and I'm scamming your thoughts. Sure, I'll just agree with you. And then these demons will just tell you all kind of shit. Where to go, what to buy. And a lot of the times, you have to understand, they lie to you all the fucking times. But they really don't because they're scamming your thoughts. So they're always in play with your consciousness and in your memories. So they always use that against you. So that's the problem. Is that people are being scammed by demons when they use a pendulum and thinking that they're contacting somebody that's dead. This isn't it. All right? The only one you really need to communicate with the pendulum is your higher divine consciousness. Okay? You have to. That's the one that's been waiting to talk to you, not demons. Demons will always talk to you no matter what, if you use a pendulum or not. Okay? And there's subtleties and energy. So I'm going to go to a heavier pendulum so we can show you about subtleties and energy with your higher divine consciousness versus a demon. All right? So this pendulum has weight on it, has a heavy stone on it. All right? Now, as he's going back and forth, you and your higher divine consciousness will learn how to be able to like code each other. So in this code, as he swings back and forth, he's watching through my eyes. Shiva is watching through my eyes. He's seeing everything that I see. So that's him observing, okay? So you want to be able to establish this type of link with your higher divine consciousness. The more you communicate and deal with them, the more your pendulum will react. And it'll react stronger. It'll react real strong. But this is also to a danger. All right? Now, guys, this is dangerous business. And if you don't know what you're doing, and if you haven't become enlightened or ascended, you shouldn't be dealing with this type of stuff because you're always going to get mixed signals. And then people are going to be like, why is my pendulum lying to me? Well, demons are demons. And that's just how it is. They're liars. And they'll play on your thoughts to make you believe what they're saying. And then you'll be talking to a demon for years. All right? Now, this guy thought that I was a demon for a long time. We're not going to get into this discussion about personally how I had to break it to this understanding, this slate that we house inside of him to get him to understand that we're not demons. Trust me, we already broke that ice. So this is what the truth is. We're divine. I mean, I didn't force this guy to stop eating beef and stop smoking cigarettes and stop smoking blunts and stop drinking beer and alcohol, period, if I was a demon. So anyways, now, guys, your pendulum, we all know, clockwise is positive, or for yes, or counterclockwise is no, for negative, all right? So you can hold your pendulum over anything. And this is a trick. So you need to test demons. Let's say you've been using a pendulum. All right? And you think you're talking to somebody you think you're talking to. Test them. All you got to do is test them. And for one, demons cannot lie to you because you're gods and goddesses. They're not allowed to lie to you, but they can lie to you. You just have to cut through the bullshit and find out which is truth and which isn't. So take your pendulum, all right? Do a simple test. Take your pendulum, go to the grocery store. Here's a test, all right? To know if you're talking to someone that's divine, somebody that's here to help you, or somebody that's against you. All right? So take your pendulum, go to the grocery store. Hold it over something like a can of soda. All right? Pop the top, open up the can of soda. Ask your higher divine consciousness if this is good for you. And when you pendulum, it's like, hey, do you want some of this? Now here's a trick. You take a can of Coca-Cola and say, hey, pendulum, hey, Lucy, or whoever I'm talking to, do you want some of this? And if they say yes, you're talking to a demon, okay? If they say no, you're getting close to your higher divine consciousness or your soul self. So you go to something like a can of coconut water. Get a can of coconut water and then get a box of coconut water, not Vita Loca. Don't get that. That's not the one that anybody should drink. But get some coconut water in a can and get some coconut water in a bottle, a bottle box. And just hold the pendulum over it and say, hey, which one should I drink? And if the pendulum says you can drink the one that's in an aluminum can, it's a fucking demon. Don't listen to it, all right? We don't lie to you. We can't. The demons will. And they'll confuse you. And they'll say, hey, this is okay to drink. Here in this place, you can't drink anything out of aluminum cans. That's the trick. So you have to find ways to trick the demons that you talk to with your pendulum to see if it's really who you think it is, which isn't the dead person you're trying to communicate, so you can just stop right there. Start with your higher divine consciousness first. We're all with you. Every one of us are with you, and we're always helping you. And y'all don't listen, but this guy knows how to. So anyways, now, you have to figure out how to create code, all right, with your higher divine consciousness. And the way to do this is, it's simple. You just want to come up with ways to communicate. You want to come up with ways to know if there's a demon around, or if you're talking to your higher divine self, or if it's your own thoughts. All right? So the way this works, it's easy. All right? I'm going to show y'all an example of how me and Shiva code. So when Shiva's in a good mood, he's like this, right? Or if I ask him in the morning, how you feeling? And he'll let me know. All right? So that's cool. So as he watches through my eyes swinging back and forth, I ask him, is there a demon present? And he'll be like, no. Now get this, here's another trick to test a demon. Ask the person you're talking to on your pendulum, is there a demon present? And if they say no, they're fucking lying. They're lying. There's always demons present, no matter what. You better go to a consecrated ground or a temple. And even in temples, there's still demons there. So it's still samsara. You can't get away from dark matter. So anyways, what we do is code. So if there's a demon presence, I ask Shiva, is there a demon present? And even your pendulum will automatically swing. So we go left to right when there's a demon present. He'll go left and right. It's kind of representation of negative, a super negative. He'll just go left and right. And that's cool. He lets me know there's a demon present. All right? And if Mars is around, because we kind of deal with Mar to understand what's going on, because I have to teach Mar a bunch of shit. Journey of the West, guys. I'm the new Buddha. So anyways, so when Mars is present, Shiva will just stop the pendulum. He'll stop it in mid-tracks. And that'll let me know Mars here, or he's observing. So anyways, there's a way to talk to your pendulum. There's a way to communicate. Now, we're going to do some simple communication without voices because this is how I figured out how to talk up here to my higher divine consciousness without words. So, for an example, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have a conversation with Shiva. And this isn't my mind doing this. This isn't no mind trick. I'm just having a conversation in my head with them. All right. So you don't need words to talk with your pendulum. You use your mind. Okay. When you use your mouth is when you start to kind of mess up because they need something to hear. They need to be able to hear you speak. So when a demon hears you speak, they're just waiting for a response. Now, with your pendulum, the more you work with your higher divine consciousness, the more y'all will just vibrationally synchronize. Well, demons are everywhere. All right. And a lot of times when you use your pendulum, the more you use it, the more you get connected, the more it reacts to your higher divine consciousness. Now, when a demon is present, you say, hey, here's an example. I'm just going to like kind of fuck with them for a second because you're all around them. So anyways, is there a demon present in this room? There is a demon present in this room. Are you against me? You're just listening, aren't you? You can just keep on listening because we got a lot of shit to tell people. Is this your pendulum? I know it isn't because you're not reacting to me the way you want. You can't, can you? That's what I figured. All right. Your higher divine consciousness will react to you stronger than demon reaction. Okay? Demons won't go this far. Especially like if Led Kai is really in a good mood, demons really won't take it this hard. They won't smack your skin or let you know that, hey, it's me. All right, so here's an example. There's ways to trick them. There's ways to trick them. All right, so it's all about knowing the name of your higher divine self, which is pretty much you. You know your name, you know thyself, boom, you got it. So you'll get signals in your head. So this is where psychics always mess up. They listen to too much of this up here and not focusing on the left side of the attribute of your brain. Most ascended masters can feel the response in their brain of a demon that's stressing you out over here trying to invade thoughts. So your thoughts will get invaded. You'll have a conversation. And usually it's like really reactive in the beginning stages of using your pendulum. So demons are like always there and they're always waiting and they're always waiting. So you'll just be conversating with who you think might be your aunt, dead aunt, which isn't, or your dead grandma, which isn't. You can just stop it. They watch over you, but they don't. You can communicate to them, but that's like, it's all about enlightenment, guys. You'll just be talking to a demon, so be careful. So there's a way to also trick them, and that's to be able to know the name of your higher divine consciousness. All right. So you'll sit there and you'll start asking questions like about reality, like, hey, are we in a computer simulation? Are we in a computer simulation? But a demon will be like, yeah, we're in a computer simulation. And then you got to be like, evil voice. And the evil voice will respond and say yes. And then you have to tell them to go away. Like, be gone. You don't belong here. Call your higher divine self. Shiva, was that you? Shiva, are you here? All right, he's reacting more. So you got to be able to say, "Evil voice, be gone." You got to be like, you'll ask questions about the Challenger explosion, and they'll just tell you some crazy ass shit, and you'll know yourself from all the research you've done in this place, like that's not right. Evil voice, and the evil voice will respond with yes, because they cannot lie to you. So they have, and not only just them, but your higher divine consciousness will let you know that's an evil voice. Do not talk to it. So that's a big no-no. So you got to figure out ways to communicate in your mind. A lot of times you don't want to use your mouth to speak. Use your mind, because you could just sit here and go back and forth with your higher divine self, and you could just be like, and you could just be like, and you'll just go back and forth, conversate in your head. You don't have to use your mouth to do it, and that's where you guys mess up. So, anyways, there's ways to use your pendulum. You just got to figure out how to know who you're talking to, find the name of who you're talking to, and I'm not talking about a freaking family member, guys. You got to be careful with this shit. You'll use a pendulum, you'll get a Ouija board, or you might write down letters and names. Okay, you cannot do this. If it's not an angelic name, a Laksharic name, or Reiki Mokunin name, or any Enochian understanding, if it's not a name, if they give you a name that says, "My name's David," fuck you. Get the fuck away from here. Okay? You don't communicate to anybody that gives you a person's name. You don't. You fucking don't. Ever. And this is a rule, because demons don't care. They'll use English names, British names, African names, Chinese names. You can't talk to anything that has a name. You want to start with your higher consciousness first. You want to talk to your higher divine self first. You don't want to talk to anything else that calls himself John. My name's John. Are you going to help me, John? Yes, I'll help you. And you'll just be fucking up and just creating a can of worms for yourself that'll just affect you later on in life. Demons want to communicate with you guys, and it's your jobs to always repel them, because of obviously you can't, because this place is too comfortable. Sex is too good. Steak is too great for you. Video games that are bad karma are good. I mean, come on. Who else are you going to be talking to? So anyways, you have to be careful. Again, we teach people how to use these properly. All right? It's easy. And you just start with simple code with your higher divine self. And the more you react and use a pendulum, use it every day. I go to the grocery store, I go shop for material, I have Shiva take me places and take me to stores. He'll be like, go over here and go in this store, and he'll react and like go down this aisle, and he'll find something, representation to something, I don't know, about Buddhism. And I'm like, I've never been in this store before in my life. Have fun with your pendulum, but be aware and be mindful that 80 to 65% of the shit that you're talking to is a demon here. All right? And your higher divine consciousness is your best fucking friend. He is exactly who you are as a slate that you're sharing consciousness with. It's the intuition in your head that tells you to do right from wrong. And nobody listens to that good intuition. Nobody. All right? And that's who I talk to every day now. Peace out, guys.